Aka here again. Welcome back to FTB Unhinged. Back down over this side. I've done a lot of work off camera, and I've got a bit of a hangover. I missed most of yesterday. I was away from my PC most of yesterday. I was out on a stag do. So I'm feeling a bit rough this morning. I was trying to get this video done yesterday, but there's a lot of stuff that I've done that took time. I'm going to show you that in a minute. But I just want to do a little bit of this, what we finished off with last time. I've got quite a few of these mercury cells. I've been getting them from processing redstone, like I showed you before. I've got modular power suits open because I'm going to make a couple of upgrades, I think, for my power fist. So I've been doing redstone. It's been getting me 3 mercury cells and a ruby dust for each one. That's the important bits. It's got me some silicon cells as well that I'm going to turn into plates once I've got the blast furnace wired up to power. With that, I went for a little journey in the end a couple of nights ago after the last video, and got myself some sheldonite ore, and I processed as much of that as I had, and I am up to 34 iridium nuggets. That's kind of cool. So I can turn that into 3 iridium ingots. So I've got to start on some iridium, which is nice. So that can go into my ME network. And speaking of my ME network, here it is. I've got my ME network over here. It took some doing. It's my base is a little bit weird still. I've got on my network over here. I've started changing a couple of things around as well. I've got a 64K unformatted cell in there, and I've made a couple of 1K cells. I've got 10 1K cells here with all my farm stuff in. So as you can see, there's quite a lot of farm stuff in these. If we look in here, I've got it sorted by number. And you can see I've got 8129, 8128. So I'm getting all my farm stuff. I'm getting a full cell of each, and there's a little bit of extra in one of these unformatted cells. But this cell is formatted and it's metals, and the iridium wants to be in there, really, doesn't it? So I'm going to go boop, boop, and add that to the format so that the iridium will also go in there. So I've put that back and put them in there. So then all my metals are in that one. I'm going to do the same, make all my gems into this one. Actually, before I went out yesterday, I was in the process of making another 16K. So I'll get on with that in a bit. What I need to do now is I actually need a silk touch. So I'll move these tanks down there as well. I thought I'm going to have 2 more boilers up here. So I'm going to have 3 boilers across here. One running off the fuel, as we have. One running off the ethanol or biofuel, and one running off the tree farm. So there's gonna be 3 boilers up here. I guess the tree farm one can go over here. And down here, I made my Mac a lot bigger. So before I said a 3x3x3, this is a 5x5x5. So we've got 9 pages of potential patterns in there. I've still only got a couple of things in. That's vanilla stuff, ME stuff, and IC2 stuff up to now. That's all I've got in there, but I've got plenty of potential for loads more stuff in there. I've got the ME condenser here as well, and I've just got a precision exporter bus I'm just dumping at the minute from my quarry. Dirt, cobble and gravel, and poisonous potatoes. Just dumping them for now into matter balls. I will eventually get all this going into recyclers over there somewhere, but just so I don't have to deal with all the excess material in a minute, I've got that there. I've done nothing else over here. What I need to do is get a dedicated pulverizer set up for these melons, because loads of melons come through us, the big block melons, and they need pulverizing. And then, if you look down here, so all the farms wired up with the level emitters set to 8128, which is a full single storage cell. So, as you can see, these are actually sat on the emitters. The wheat's not full yet, so that's still going. And the one that's least full, I believe, is the cocoa, which is these ones over here. So that's all good. And then what I've done down here, the next level down now, we've got this guy, which is a 11, 22, 23 by 23 square, which is going to have a sewer there, MFR sewer, with a maximum upgrading. So this is all going to be my animal farm area. So I am going to have 3 or 4 banks of cows. I've got it quite far down, so the sound shouldn't get on my nerves. I'm going to have 3 or 4 banks of cows breeding. I'm going to have my sheep brancher down here, and a chicken set on a transition plane. So that's all good. That's where that's going to go. The only thing I haven't done is got a tree farm area yet. But I need to have plenty of height for a tree farm. I could just have a little one just here, just a 3x3. I'll decide about that. So yeah, what I need though is I need to get darts onto this if I want sheep. Really, I want to have grass down here, should I say? So I'm going to make a tool from Greg Tech called the rock cutter. Now, if we have a look in the air, but first of all though, to stop it so I have to keep making pickaxes and shovels and stuff. This is a technical mod thing, of course, so I should really be using my modular power suit. And for that, I need some of this stuff. Silver, copper, gets me 2 of them. That looks like the only way of making them. What I need is, I believe, 3 of these guys. So I need 18 of them and some steel. And they need a lot of silver and copper. That's easy enough. So I'll tell you what, I'll cut camera just a little bit. I'll get this stuff ready, and I'll get some bits ready to make the. I've got well over 128 because of all this extra stuff. Look, I've got 700 of them melon blocks. It's ridiculous. Yeah, so let's have a quick look before I cut camera anyway. Silk. If you put in Silk Touch, you see there's a couple of things have Silk Touch standard. You've got an electric saw, which it's interesting. Electric saw's got it. I might actually make an electric saw instead. And the advanced saw has got it as well. Now, advanced saw needs tungsten steel, which we haven't got yet. We need chrome upgrades onto the blast furnace for tungsten steel, and we need a vacuum thing as well. But that, I wonder if that'll work on cutting grass as well. I'm going to try that. So I'm going to get the bits ready for that. So now I rebattery some steel plates, nice and easy. And I'm going to get my little bits ready to upgrade my power fist, so I can use it for other stuff. I should just make the rock cutter. I should probably just make the rock cutter, to be honest. I'll make both. Screw it. I'll get the bits ready. And then I'll come back and make them on camera, and I'll see you in a bit. Okay, then here I am back at the base, and I just want to show you this while I'm here as well. I don't know if I've shown this on the last video. I've been processing some rubies, some redstone to get the mercury cells, as I mentioned. So there's plenty of mercury cells. We're also getting pyrite dust and silicon, as I said. But we're getting each 10 redstone gets you 1 ruby dust. Each time you get up to 5 ruby dust. Sorry, up to 9 ruby dust, I say. They can go in there. There's 3 cells in there with it, and that's starting to produce as chrome dust. So this is going to be our 4th chrome dust. So chrome is used in all kind of stuff. It needs a blast furnace, of course, to make it into chrome ingots. And chrome ingots must be mostly as plates, I'm guessing. So I guess we'll have to use most of that as plates. Tiny chrome dust. I should make a lathe if you get extra stuff. But there we go. The heating coils for the upgrade on the blast furnace, for example, is the things we can make with that in a rolling machine. But let's have a quick look at the plates and see what the plates can be used in. A porta spawner here. Interesting. Highly advanced machine blocks, advanced machine casings. That's some of the important stuff. Ooh, cloaking device. But, there we go. I'm starting to get a little bit of chrome, not much, but once we get all this IC2 stuff set up at the base, there's a dog barking outside my house. There's going to be an industrial centrifuge dedicated just to processing redstone. I'm going to keep that running all the time. So I've got all the bits I need to make some stuff here. So let's go back and dump some stuff into here. Ruby dust, lapis, mercury, empty cell, silicon can go in there. So the first thing then I'm going to make is just going to do little upgrades on the modular power suit. So on the power fist, so I'm going to add an axe. I need some iron ingots with me. Of course I do. So grab that. I'm getting quite low on stuff, but as you see, I've got like 1200 iron there. I need to get all this connected to the grinders and stuff. Add that to my A network. It's not actually connected up yet, so I can add an axe. Overclock radius. I'll put them on and see what it does. Pickaxe. Same again. And shovel. Same again. So I've got tools on here now. And to switch between them, you hold shift and use your mouse wheel. Oh no, you don't have to switch through them. So I should be able to just break blocks with that nice and fast. But that's going to start using power though, so I need to make sure I charge that back up again. So there we go. At least I've got them now. The other thing I want to put on this is this melee assist. I actually wanted to put an Omni wrench on this as well. I noticed the Omni wrench is there, even though the Omni wrench isn't in the mods as normal. There's no Omni wrench in here. Look, the Omni wrench mod isn't added. There is the Omni wrench that comes with this. So that if that's as good a tool as it was before, I'm not sure which version of GregTech this is. That I know in one version of it he disabled the Omni wrench from working, so I don't know how it's going to work in that. I'm going to make it that at some point. The problem with that is it takes a control circuit. A control circuit takes one of these guys, energy flow circuits, which use platinum, so I ain't going to make that just yet. There's a few things I want to make before that. Speaking of this, by the way, these guys, data storage things, they use emeralds, they also use olivine. And olivine, when I was out looking for Sheldonite in the end on the little islands, there's loads of olivine up there, so I actually grabbed quite a lot of olivine. And if we're looking here, I've got 113 left. But also, data storage cells. I thought I made more of them. Maybe that my other base then. Let's have a look. Data storage cells will be made in the assembly machine. Oh, there they are. Look, I made 32 of them. So that was a stack. That'll be in a stack of olivine and some circuits. Is that right? Yeah, stack of olivine and some advanced circuits got me 32. So that's pretty cool, so I can use them for stuff. Right, now let's go on with making this next things then. I was looking at silk touch stuff, and I don't think I've made enough stuff. Oh yes I have, Ah, diamond dust is what I've not made. I need to pulverise 3 diamonds. Let's get that on the go while we make the other thing. So 1, 2, 3, and I'll just manually pulverise them down here for now, getting them into dust form. Now the other thing, by the way, when I made the by the way, I'm getting all sidetracked. I didn't finish doing the modular power suit thing yet, have I? The melee assist needed servo motors. Servo motors need brass, and for brass, how did I do it? Shape. How did I make brass? I made brass blend. Brass. I made brass dust, and I made that by pulverising some copper and some zinc. I had a bit of zinc from somewhere, and I think zinc from, if you mine sphalerite in the nether, you get zinc as a bit of an extra. You also get it as an extra from the grinder once you get grinding stuff. I had to make a bit of brass for that. So yeah, we can put melee assist on here as well. The 2 servo motors and an LV capacitor, and I think carry through is not back. Don't really want not back, I don't think. I'll check. Melee not back here, look, 1p, no p. So yeah, I don't want not back on it. So 10 points of melee damage, so I've got a nice tool there for general mining, digging, shoveling, cutting trees down. So that's kind of cool. And we're getting a little bit more techy. We're looking to making modular power saw at some point, but it is quite heavy in this pack mod. We've got that ain't too bad. That's only aluminium and stuff, that ain't too bad, but the upgrades might be a bit expensive. So let's have a look. Yeah, I mean, look at that, that's tungsten steel, stuff like that. So I'll make that at some point. I'll probably go to a quantum suit first though. So then next, let's go on with making these bits then. So I've got titanium plates, a titanium rod. Let's go back to silk. So I only need 1 titanium plate. I bet 2. Okay, never mind. And 3 diamond dust. Did I leave them down there? Thought I took them out. Nope, left them there. 3 diamond dust. There we go. Gets me a rock cutter. Wonderful. And then Now I do of course need a rock cutter as well. I don't know why I'm making the saw, to be honest. The saw probably is going to be able to... It doesn't say silk touch on there, does it? Tier 1. Tier 1. Let's see. I'm going to make an electric saw as well. Just a sad bed one. Right, and now I need to go charge these up so we can run across the MFSUs over here. Now, I did connect the red net to the bottom of these. So the top, when it was connecting to the top, that was what was interacting with the reactor, I think. So attaching it to the bottom made that a bit easier. It's still pulling power mainly from the middle one though, which is weird. Oh no, look at in this today. It decided to pull from that one. So oh, I'm a knob. It's because I put it in that one. So that doesn't say silk touch, does it? And that does say silk touch. Interesting. Okay. So let's go and have a look, have a mess around with this. As if, yeah, that one pulling from that. Oh, that's because I put things directly straight into it, didn't I? Tit. Let's go and sleep. So I want a bit of grass. And there's other things that benefit. I'm going to benefit from this. So let's have a look. So that was in fact silk touch. And that also silk touches. That's good. So if we go over, let's say over here, into one of my previous quarries. So I'm onto my 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm onto my 5th quarry now. Kind of ruining the landscape. But I'm playing single player, so well, I'm on a server, but I'm single player, so it doesn't mess it up for anyone else. So that's all good. What I can do with this now is I'll probably use the rock cutter more than the. This is why I actually need the rock cutter as well as just a chainsaw, because the chainsaw probably won't work on this. Chainsaw, that's not going to work. But the rock cutter, it lets me get things like this. Boop. And now, because I've got that uranium ore, I can process that and I get double the uranium dust rather than just digging it up. So stuff like that gets me more uranium dust. I want to keep an eye out for iridium as well, because there's a benefit of silk touching that as well, but that's really rare. Speaking of that, I have got 2 of them. I've got 2 bits of iridium from the quarries up to now, so we are getting the odd little bit. Right, so that's, I've got some tools sorted. I've got some technical stuff, some technical tools started. Now I am going to go and get on with building a little bit more stuff. Maybe starting to get things ready for my farm, cow farm and stuff, which means chronotypers, which we can now make because we've got platinum. And I'll be back in a bit when I know what I'm doing next. Hello, I'm back again, and I've connected the ME network up. I'm using facades here. Facades cover ME cables and Buildcraft pipes, so I'm trying to make everything look quite tidy. This is actually Buildcraft power down there. She's coming under the ground here and nicely covered up. So I've started doing the dusts. Now if we go look over here, oh by the way, I had to turn the power down on that. It was just draining all the power up my helmet, my jetpack so quick, so I've actually turned them down to the minimum and it still works alright. So the overclock there, you see it takes 50 joules per operation at the minute. Bang that up, it takes 1000 joules and kilojoule, and it was just raping my energy. So nano suit isn't good enough really to have that fully powered. Well, so I connected this up, and I am missing a facade there, so I have to sort that out. It's a bit untidy, so I can actually save that bit of glass by using that guy. Let's see how much power this pulls. 1574. Does that share? 1574. Oh, that shared with that. Okay. So in this one I've got 8 different types of ore. I've got the same 8 in there. So at the minute I think it's working through tin. Oh, it's on copper still. Okay. So they're both working through the copper. This one I've got working through bauxite, turning all that into dust, which eventually we're going to have a dedicated electrolyzer. I think it's electrolyzer's bauxite yet. And this one, of course, just got ferrous, and it'll have sheldonite there as well. And that's waiting on more mercury, which comes from centrifuging redstone, like I mentioned earlier. So that's all sorted out. If we're looking here now, yeah, that's taking quite a lot of power as well. Look. Ah, cool. That's kind of working all right. See, they're turned on until one of them is full, and then when any one of it's full, so they should all be turned on. And it looks like they are. Yeah, cool. So they're working away. They work quite a lot as well. Look. So they're actually getting a bit hammered. So I need to connect that up next. Get this connected to the ME network, which is pretty straightforward. I can just connect it across there, or somewhere a bit under the floor possibly. Keep it out of the way a little bit, and then get it towards autocrafts. These guys. So we haven't got many in here yet. Let's see, what have we got? Uranium. So I've got 16 in there a minute. I've got 430 odd ores. So there's uranium I need to start also crafting. Uranium cells, if you remember from last time. We can either shapelessly do it. No, we can't. Canning machine or industrial centrifuge on the dust. So that's the way I want to be doing it in it. So we get these extra things in, and later on we can look at using these. So I want to be getting more uranium from my centrifuge. So I'll send some of that across actually. Well, next thing we need to do is, because of this, if we look at dust, I'm getting all these dusts. I've got 3,900 bauxite there, that's centrifuging though, but we've got 540 copper. I'll take that copper. And there you are, copper. Take all that with me. I've got 2,700 tin. I've got all this tiny dust that I'm going to start working with as well. Basically what I need is, I need to get my oven over here. I'm moving still do the base, steam oven. What I need to do is, I need to get a boiler. So steam oven here, look, I'm just banging them all in there manually at the minute. What I need to do is get this steam oven across the other side. So I'm going to get this and this on a new boiler on the other side, running off my ethanol. So that's the next plan. So let's run out of empty cells. Okay, never mind. I won't do that uranium just yet then. So I've made 9 liquid fueled boiler fireboxes. Wonderful. And in there we should have a load of steel plates to make the top of the boiler. So I'm going to throw another boiler together. And the way I'm going to do this is, at the minute, the biofuel is coming in on this little cart. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move that valve down to here, move that one across, and I'm just going to have the bioreactor just there, right next to the valve, and that'll put liquid straight in automatically into there. And I'm going to have the other valve here pulling it out into the boiler that's going to be here. So it'll be nice and compact, and then I'll just get that running the things there. So I'm going to need my ME network to run to this guy. So I'm probably going to run ME network under the floor, underneath their facades to here, and then I'll run power across there. So I'm going to cut the camera again. Going to do a lot of the grunt work off camera. I'll be back in a little bit. Where's that want to be? Let's save that bit of glass. I've got a great deal of sand at the minute. So that's going to be water. Might as well put it in. Such an idiot fucking thing. It's in there. Water, and that's going to be receiver only. So now I can put my second liquid boiler together, and this one is primarily going to be providing a steam oven here. I might use some liquid tesseracts, go get some more ender pearls, and actually have the steam oven and the steam turbine across in the EU side of the factory. I might do that. I should be back in a bit when I've worked it out. See you soon. Oh no! Oh no! Oh man, my reactor blew up. Oh shit! This is devastated my base. Look at it, man. Oh man. Well, um, unfortunately, I ain't got this weld backed up, so I was just going to come back and start powering this boiler up. I was ready to start getting ethanol, biofuel into there. What I was going to do was I was going to use a tesseract first to get the what's it even called? The stuff that the coke oven creates. Um, Fuck, how's that happened? Well, no, it's happened. I'm an idiot. That's what it's happened. I was going to pump this across first. I was going to make a little tesseract. Just pump this in, start warming the boiler up with this, and then do the same with this ethanol here. Just get rid of that, and then start using the biofuel. What I've just done was I connected the reactors up to the ME network, and I'm fairly sure when I made them that I had them set so nothing would pull out. But all I can think of, it must have pulled some of the heating out. Unfortunately, look, most of it's despawned as well. Now, I think this has left me in a position of no recovery, so I might just call this the end of the series. I'm getting very busy with 1.6. This is still 1.5.2. Be careful when you set your reactor up that you don't put anything out. I think I'm just going to wrap the series up with this. I don't think it's worth doing a weld download because the weld's ruined. I just checked my last weld download was the last time I backed the weld it was episode 10. So it's just too much work. Too much work that I ain't got time to do to get this back into anything sensible. I think I am certainly looking at doing a 1.6 with GregTech in. Some other plans coming up as well. I'm not going to say just now, but I'm a little sneak peek. I'm joining 2 servers. Ooh. I don't think either of them are running. Well, I know one of them definitely not, and I don't think the second one's running GregTech at the minute. But I do still plan on doing a single player Unleashed series with GregTech, Galactic Craft, and Atomic Science. Whether they're in Unleashed or not, I'll be adding them when Unleashed eventually comes out, which is probably going to be 1.7 now, you'd think, wouldn't it? But who knows? This is just bad. It's destroyed so much. It's destroyed so much. Let me know what you think. If you really want me to carry on the series, I'll probably rebuild it in creative, to be honest, just get it back where it was. But because I ain't got time to do all that. Fucking hell, as if. Well, there we go. Always be careful when using nuclear power. Them reactors are so safe. I'm just rushing around trying to get this episode finished. And yeah, I connected. I had the A network connected to this side of the grinder. I just connected it underneath to the ME cable that was around the reactor, and I was fairly sure that was set not to pull anything out. So I must have missed one. I must have missed one of the import buses, and it let it pull some things out, which obviously caused the explosion. But yeah, all the shit despawned. There was some stuff down there, but my inventory was full, and it despawned while I was down here. So there we go. Very careful when playing with reactors. Shit. Cheers. Bye.